and welcome to The Vibe, an online segment produced by the Bedford County Chamber of Commerce, celebrating and supporting the businesses and communities of the Bedford County region. I'm Kelly Goodman Schaefer, and here's what we're talking about today. COVID-19 has devastated the wedding and event industry, impacting the livelihood of 12 million event workers across dozens of professions. An online initiative called LetPAMarryUs.com is designed to raise awareness of and support for the event industry and venues. So Doug Simon from Snappy Chef, obviously one of the great wedding venues in our region and also a caterer for a lot of Bedford and Blair County functions. We want to talk today about LetPAMarryUs.com because it is really a way to spread the word about how devastating COVID has been to the wedding and event industry.
Very true. Very true.
So tell us the impact that you have seen so far on your industry.
Well, it's an impact that's ongoing. I mean, as I sit down at my desk today, I've already wiped a few events off the books for up and coming months. There is still a lot of hesitancy in spite of the fact that, so many people are getting vaccinated and that the weather is starting to develop, warmer weather and allowing us to do things outside. People are still hesitant to do events inside, and they're taking their events and they're thinking, well, I'd rather push forward, another 6 months or another year if they can. So we're looking at a quieter than normal summer, specifically in the building here at the casino. And we're hopeful that, once we get to September, we'll start to see people coming back into the building. We've got a decent fall booked, but the majority of our spring, the proms are a perfect example. Most of the weddings, most everything that we're doing is out of the building.
And another piece of it is that the gathering restrictions for a wedding or an event are so much different than for a restaurant, right?
Yeah, I think that's one of the misconceptions that a lot of people everywhere have been dealing with. People, even in speaking with some of our representatives last week on a call sponsored through the Restaurant Association, there's still a misunderstanding that an event facility does not operate under the same, it's just not the same type of business that a restaurant is. Restaurants are individual choices, where events are choices made by an individual or a committee for hundreds of people. So you deal with a completely different dynamic. If I want to go out for dinner tonight, it is my choice, and I can go to a restaurant, and a restaurant can operate at 50 or 75%. That is my individual meal, me, my family, whoever, my friends, but it's a small group. When you're dealing with a large group, you come under a completely different scope of dynamic. So that dynamic and that thought process has to change. And the only way we can continue to change that is by continuing to whisper as loudly as we can in the ears of our government officials that, hey, don't forget who we are, don't forget how we operate, and don't forget what the crux of our business is. It's not just being able to cater, because catering is anything. Catering is here in the building. It's anywhere out of the building. Catering for us has to be in our building. All of the banquet spaces and event spaces in the central Pennsylvania community are under the same horrible guidelines, which really are non-existent. They are 25% of capacity. I mean, right now I can have an event in the Grand Pavilion here at the casino for 150 people. And that's a nice number, but it's still not where my averages are. Most of the weddings I have in that room are 200 to 250 people. So I'm still short on where I need to be as a business to meet my financial requirements. And that's really where it becomes very difficult for us.
So ideally, knowing that people want to be safe, knowing that, there's the social distancing and all of the CDC guidelines, what would you like to see for the wedding and event industry?
Well, I think it's two sides. One is the regulations and the restrictions, and the other is the customer's perspective. And I know we live in an area where people believe very strongly in personal freedoms, but the reality is that your choice and for your personal freedom impacts my ability to do business. And when I say that, I mean that, when somebody doesn't want to come into a facility wearing a mask or following social distancing protocols, they're preventing me from really recovering as a business. And we're stuck in a very, very difficult position where, I don't want to take away anybody's beliefs or personal, stance. But as a business operator, anytime somebody says, I'm not going there because I have to wear a mask or I have to socially distance, the other side is somebody's saying, I'm not going because people aren't wearing masks and people aren't social distancing. And I still have a giant 23,000 square foot building that I have to figure out how to manage. And it's hard when it's empty every day.
So PRLA came up with this letpamarryus.com. Can you talk a little bit about what you want people to know about that and what you want people to do with that website?
Yeah, that'd be great. Let PA Marry Us was an initiative put forth by a group of Pennsylvania Restaurant Association members, all of whom are in the banquet and event industry, same as we are. LetPAMarryUs.com is an opportunity for our customers, our vendors, anybody within the community that wants to step in and help us out. You go on the website, you click on a particular tab, and you're sending an email off to the governor's office and to your state representatives. And I can tell you, there isn't a state representative around here who isn't in tune with what we're dealing with. I've spoken to most of them. I was on a Zoom call with them last week. They get it. They understand where we are. They understand that we are a different type of business than restaurants. But as we're able to get into the governor's ear and say, hey, my niece or my sister or my brother was planning an event, and this was their experience. They were limited to 25 people. They were going to have 200, or they're planning something now, and they're still unable to really finalize their plans because there's no guidance. There's no, when we hit a certain point. Like I did see something last week, I think it was the governor's office said that if we hit 65 to 70% of the Pennsylvania population as vaccinated, then we can open at 100%. Well, that's a great number, but Pennsylvania is failing, or Pennsylvanians are failing at following up with that task. And I can't personally make you take a vaccine. I can just tell you that the more people out there that do it, or the more people that follow protocol for the next 6 months or so, that's going to help businesses like ours survive. That's what this is all about.
And this website and this, it's basically a PR campaign,
It is.
In general. It also deals with all of those peripheral businesses related to weddings as well. So cake makers and gown businesses and photographers and so on and so forth, right? I mean, when you look at the list, there's like thousands of businesses related.
There are something like 40 different business types that are associated with the event industry. They could be the food vendors,
linens,
cake baking, decorations, invitations. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. It's everybody. And somebody other than the event venue that's impacted.
Well, I thank you very much for your time today and for sharing your views about Let PA Marry Us. We've had it in our email blast for several weeks, and it's good to hear somebody from the industry put some anecdotal evidence behind it. And we certainly wish you the very best, and we very much look forward to the annual dinner being in September and enjoying your wonderful catering at that event again this year.
Well, I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to share this. It's great to see your face. I'm going to give you one more thing here just because I can.
Okay.
In several weeks, we will be opening up our Lakemont Park restaurant, C2 Trolley House.
Awesome.
For last summer, it was a great opportunity. I don't know if you made it out at all.
I did not, but I'll have to do it this year.
C2 is the old bumper car pavilion at Lakemont Park. We turned it into a restaurant, bar, and grill with outdoor games, live entertainment, a great menu. I'll have to send you a copy.
Yeah.
And, anybody who's down in Bedford who's looking for a change of pace and something different to do, all outside, great environment. What more could you ask for?
Next week on The Vibe, we'll celebrate the 15th anniversary of Beverly's Touch of Class. Look for The Vibe Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on Facebook, YouTube, and BedfordCountyChamber.com. Ask us how you can become a sponsor of this project, and special thanks to the Chamber's Founders Circle members for your community-leading support of the Chamber mission. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Homewood at Springhouse Estates and Victoria House at Homewood, keeping our residents safe during the COVID-19 crisis.
I was in my apartment for almost a month, and then I was provided everything that I needed.
People have been very respectful about maintaining the social distancing and wearing their masks.
I wouldn't want to be anyplace else but Springhouse Estate right now.
Victoria House at Homewood and Homewood at Springhouse Estates. We're not home-like, we are home.
Plumbing, done right. Since 1947, we have always been there for our neighbors and friends. Reliable, prompt, and always done right. Our name, our work, our promise. We guarantee it.
Anyone who's ever wondered what toys do when people aren't around.
Hey everybody, it's showtime!
Walt Disney Pictures invites you into a world where toys come to life.
Wow, cool! Let's go to my room, guys!
Red alert! Andy is coming upstairs! Andy's coming, everybody! Back to your places, hurry! Did you see my ear? Out of my way!
Wow! Cool! Quick, make a space! This is where the spaceship lands!
Woody, the veteran.
Draw! Oh! Got me again!
Buzz, the rookie.
Have you been replaced? No one's getting replaced. Excuse me.
Lightyear to the rescue.
Oh, okay. Who else?
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Ow!
What do you say I get someone else to watch the sheep tonight?
Hell yeah.
Don't even think about it, cowboy.
Two heroes, ready for anything.
I don't like confrontations.
Except each other.
Whoa. Hey, a laser. It's not a laser. It's a little light bulb that blinks. What's with him?
Laser envy. Guys, come on.
But that's about to change. They've stepped over the edge and into the real world.
I think he bounced into Sid's yard. He tortures toys. Where is your honor, dirtbag? A good soldier never leaves a man behind.
Where the name of the game is survival.
I'm lost. Then it's all your fault.
My fault? I've set my laser to kill.
You're a toy. Use your karate chop action. Stop that. What's going on down there?
Come in, Star Command. Send reinforcements.
You are a toy!
You are a sad, strange little man.
Where's that would-be cowboy dog?
All right, man. Move. There's no place like home. Come on, this way.
Negative. You'll be much safer in the cockpit. What an idiot. Great idea, Woody. To infinity and beyond.
Walt Disney Pictures presents the first ever computer animated motion picture.
We've got trouble.
This holiday season, take off on an adventure.
This cannot be happening to me.
Beyond imagination.
Sheriff, this is no time to panic.
This is the perfect time to panic.
It's the story of two partners discovering what they're made of.
I'm okay. Catch that! I got it, Woody.
Next stop, Andy.
To infinity and beyond!
Toy Story.
Look out! Buzz, will you get up here and give me a hand? That's very funny, Buzz. This is serious!